North Carolina on the campus of Lenore-Ryan University for the NCHSAA Regional Finals. Today on the NFHS Network, it's the top two seeds in the 8A West that collide here in the first game of 16 regional finals to be played at Schuford Arena from today through Saturday. It's the West Forsyth Titans, who are a perfect 26-0, taking on the West Charlotte Lions out of one of the toughest conferences in the state of North Carolina, the MEC Power 6 this year. Hi everyone, Kendall Lewis here with you today on the NFHS Network. Glad you're tuned in with us from wherever you may be. Let's take a look at how these two teams got to this point. You see West Charlotte taking down the 11 seed South MEC Sabres 58-53, going back on Saturday night at West Charlotte, and West Forsyth a commanding 95-59 victory over Ardrey-Kell to punch their ticket here in the regional final game here today at Schuford Arena. Set to jump it up for West Charlotte. It's Ja'Kai McManus-Wade against Max Skillman of West Forsyth. Titans in the home whites. West Charlotte in the burgundy red and gold, and the Lions control the opening tip here at Schuford Arena. Well, West Charlotte, a big storyline this year, one of the top strength of schedules in the state of North Carolina. We're across all classifications. Of course, that MEC Power 6 really helped the Lions this year. They dumped this one inside. McManus-Wade on the turnaround. It wouldn't go. Kick out. And the Euro step results in a foul underneath the hoop. That's the first team foul on West Forsyth. Now this West Charlotte team, who we mentioned is so explosive, so athletic this year, with guys like Chacho Womack, Kahari Coleman. And the first free throw misses up and long. A Major Cross, who we've called Ja'Kai McManus-Wade, A.C. Presley. And then you look at West Forsyth, this is a balanced scoring team with multiple guys that are in that 10, 12 points per game, as Kahari Coleman misses both free throws and West Forsyth corrals the rebound. Titans trying to strike first, 45 seconds into play. Higgins on the floater, can't get the bounce, tap back for two, no. Three chances for the Titans. Loose change, how about a fourth chance? And Kamari Manuel trying to slice into the paint. Gets called for an offensive foul, and it looks like they're going to give it to Fleming, who was off ball. So the second team foul on the Titans here with 7:03 left to play in the first quarter. Just getting started at Schuford Arena. Kendall Lewis here with you on the NFHS Network. Like Kahari Coleman wearing number 24 today, normally in 00. Uniform change here for the regional finals for the Lions. So West Charlotte, a balanced scoring attack this year. They're without Janan Singh, a four-star who went down with injury a couple of weeks ago for the Lions. And empty is West Charlotte. Still no score, 90 seconds into play. Kamari Manuel surveys the floor, the 6'2" junior. Manuel skips it, open look for three. Empty again, rebound Lions. And McManus-Wade skies for the rebound, he'll push. Finds Cross on the baseline. Cross goes up with contact, no whistle. Rebound Titans, a 3-on-2 for Manuel. Extra pass, Mills, thought about the three, he'll pull it back away. Boy, two stingy defensive ball clubs here today. Tate drive in, no looker, and there's the first points of the ball game. Cam Higgins puts the Titans on board at the 5:40 mark of the first quarter. And Chacho Womack, just a 10th grader, controls the rock now for West Charlotte. Off the give and go, Womack lays it in for two. We're tied. With Chacho Womack, Hickory Coleman, just sophomores for West Charlotte. A.C. Presley, only a junior. Now, this is a West Charlotte team that's going to return the bulk of their scoring next year, including Jadan Singh, who went down with injury a few weeks ago. He's out for today's game. Womack with numbers. Chacho to the bucket. Wraparound feed for two. And the foul. A.C. Presley a chance at three. A.C. Presley, a kid that is attracting all types of college interest for West Charlotte, a team that is 21-6 on the year with one of the toughest strength of schedules in the state of North Carolina. This is the 8A West regional final today in Hickory, North Carolina. Laney and Hoggard on the east side of the state at Minges Coliseum at East Carolina. Winner of this one will meet the winner of that game in the state championship at Lawrence Joel Coliseum next week. Higgins into the paint. Higgins, little kiss off the window. Back and forth we go. Tied at 4-all midway through the first quarter. And Cam Higgins with the first 4 points for West Forsyth. Coleman surveys the floor. Nearly turns it over. It's a kick ball. We talk about the firepower for both of these teams. Well, how about the coaches? Jacoby Davis, who's been doing this a long time for the West Charlotte Lions. Marlon Brim, the head coach for West Forsyth, does a really nice job. Had West Forsyth last year in the regional semifinal before they were eliminated in 4A. McManus Wade on the tap back, and the Lions go back up by 2. Mills, Euro step in the paint, and he kisses it off the glass. Xavier Mills, his first bucket of the ball game. Coleman in transition, a pull-up J, and rebound off to the Titans. Numbers for West Forsyth. Attacking, high off the window, no. Tapped around into the hands of Chacho Womack. Womack will push. Womack coast to coast. Had it knocked out of his hands, but he touched it last. And this will go back to the Titans of West Forsyth with 3:17 left to play in the first quarter. Three team fouls on West Forsyth here in the first quarter. West Charlotte yet to commit a foul. 3:07. Driving in is Mills, and he draws contact. And he'll head to the free throw line to shoot a pair for the West Forsyth Titans. Xavier Mills, fun to watch. This is a kid who's also just a sophomore for West Forsyth. We have got some talented 2028s in this game right here on display with Hickory Coleman, Chacho Womack, Xavier Mills. And the first free throw is off the mark for Xavier Mills. We mentioned West Forsyth, a commanding 95-59 victory over Ardrey Kell on Saturday night. They had home court advantage as the #1 seed in the West region to get to this point after a perfect 26-0 season, trying to keep it rolling with 2 more and collect the state championship here in the 8A classification. Presley looking, gives way. Coleman on the step back, had it rejected. Turned back. Here comes Manuel, coast to coast. Manuel can't finish. The follow is good. Cam Higgins with 6 of the first 9 for the Titans. Coleman looked at the 3, he passes up on it. Womack, off glass, yes. Tough finish. A little English from Chacho Womack. Transition 3 on the other end, short. And here come the Lions. Chacho Womack. And an offensive foul off ball. And it was obvious to the official, Ja'Kai McManus Wade. Take a look at this on the replay. And extended that arm. This will go back to West Forsyth. McManus Wade is a kid that you get that sense West Charlotte cannot afford to lose to foul trouble early in this game without Janan Singh, the 4-star at 6'7", who went down with an injury a few weeks ago in their game against Butler. And take a second look, there's a whistle and a foul underneath on the Lions. Their 3rd team foul. And first free throw, kind roll off the glass and the front edge of the rim for Jameer Wilkins, the 6'5" junior who's at the line for West Forsyth. This is a West Forsyth team. We mentioned Marlon Brim, their head coach, graduated his son, who was the all-time scoring leader in West Forsyth high school history, Hickory Brim, a year ago. He broke Chris Paul's scoring record last year, his senior season. And a team that finds themselves vying for a chance to punch a ticket into the state championship next week. Titans by 2, just over 90 seconds to play, first quarter. Mills makes his move, gets into the paint, draws the foul. And Xavier Mills, a tough cover, and especially to keep out of the paint. He is one of the best guards in the state at drawing fouls. And he gets back to the free throw line here for the Titans. First one's up and true. And Xavier Mills, we mentioned, just a sophomore kid that you're going to see at the college level here in just a few years, without question. AC Presley attacking. He'll skip it to the corner. Sullivan for 3. It missed everything. And saved along the baseline by Cam Jordan. Here come the Titans. Jordan just checked in off the bench. Mills into the paint. Tough shot. Tapped around, right back into the hands of the Titans. Mills trying to go back up, had it blocked out of bounds with 1:01 left to play in the quarter. And it's a baseline out of bounds coming for the Titans. And a 3-point lead. This is a first quarter, if you're just tuning in, that these two teams have traded buckets. Multiple ties, multiple lead changes. Offensive foul. And it comes off ball on Cameron Kearns. And we'll take a second look at the replay. He just shoved Major Cross, trying to cut across the lane. And gets whistled. Coleman attacking. Had the shot altered, followed back up. Sean Johnson for 2. Lions back within 1 here, 43 seconds, and stepping on the baseline and out of bounds. It'll be a turnover back to West Charlotte. And Jordan Tate will check in for the West Forsyth Titans here with 43.4 ticks left to play in the first quarter. Dangerous pass, nearly picked off. Coleman keeps the possession alive and lays it in for 2. Hickory Coleman, little juggling act in the finish off glass. 24 seconds, double clutching his Manuel on the other end. Manuel, a deflection, and last touch by the Lions. Well, Jacoby Davis didn't like the call. He thought it was off Kamari Manuel. And it goes back to the Titans with 12 seconds. Oh, sweet pass and a breakdown defensively for the Lions. As Tate pokes it out of bounds. And all of a sudden, the West Forsyth faithful starting to come to their feet here. 3.2 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Time for a catch, a dribble, and a heave for West Charlotte. They get it to Coleman from beyond midcourt. It's good! It goes! Knotted up at 15 after 1. We'll be right back in the 8A West Regional Final. Fireworks here at Shuford Arena as we go to the second quarter in the 8A West Regional Final. How about Hickory Coleman from beyond midcourt to tie it up at 15 at the end of the first quarter. And we are knotted up between two heavyweights, the top 2 seeds in the 8A West region. And a chance to punch their ticket to a state championship at Lawrence Joe Coliseum next week. Kendall Lewis here with you on NFHS Network. We're glad you're tuned in with us from wherever you may be. What a fun-filled first quarter. Back and forth, multiple ties, multiple lead changes. Baseline jumper, tapped around, no. Another offensive rebound for the Titans. Tate sets his feet from 3. It's off the mark. And rebound, West Charlotte. McManus Wade to the bucket. And a whistle and a foul along the baseline comes in against the Lions. And it's the first of the quarter here. Less than 30 seconds in to the second quarter. Well, just when you thought West Forsyth had all the momentum there, late in the first quarter, Hickory Coleman sinks one from beyond midcourt at the buzzer. And a shuffle of the feet and a travel on Manuel. He'll turn it back over to West Charlotte as the Lions try and retake the lead. Major Cross handles the basketball now for West Charlotte. He's been a reliable ball handler this year for the Lions. Does a nice job of taking care of the basketball. And of course, that is magnified today against a really good West Charlotte D, but great find inside for 2. Sean Johnson, his first 2 points of the ball game, and West Charlotte retakes the lead. That's a mini 5-0 run going back to the first quarter for the Lions. Tay from 3. Can't connect. West Forsyth cold from three-point land here in the first half so far. Coleman drives, pulls up, and spins out on the jump shot. Higgins up the floor to Manuel. He'll change speeds. Can't get the jump shot to go. Offensive rebound. Back up strong. Nice finish by Kamari Manuel. Boy, Kamari Manuel's had some acrobatic finishes at the rim this afternoon in this one already in the first half. And ties it up at 17. Coleman from distance. Tapped around along the sideline, picked up by Manuel. Numbers for the Titans. 3, well short, but a foul is called. And it goes against Chacho Womack, who just collided with Nicholas Fleming, the senior, who was trying to connect on that 3. So 3 free throws coming. First one's up and good for Fleming. Interesting to note that West Forsyth, 7 of 20 from the field. And they were 3 of 6 in the first quarter from the free throw line. So they've left a few at the charity stripe here in this one so far today. Second one's up and good. And he makes all 3. Fleming good on all 3 free throws, and the Titans back on top here with 5.5 left to play, second quarter. Kendall Lewis here with you. It has been a back and forth physical game. Multiple ties, multiple lead changes. Oh, sweet spin, and McManus Wade couldn't finish. Running the floor, Skillman lost it off his leg and out of bounds. And it's West Charlotte basketball. And Kahari Coleman, if you're just tuning in, hit one from beyond midcourt at the buzzer to tie it at 15 at the end of the first quarter. And it's been a back and forth second quarter. A.C. Presley surveys. He'll kick it for the tie. Way off the mark, but good tap out back to Womack. Womack had it picked out of his hands, and the Lions regained possession. And Presley's going to pull it away as Jacoby Davis calls a play. On the ISO, Presley pulls up and hits the jumper. Boy, A.C. Presley, smooth as silk, to pull the Lions back within 1. West Charlotte's done a nice job mixing and matching their defenses here on West Forsyth in the first half. Strong take to the rack, missing the bunny. That time was Higgins. Coleman off 1 foot, lays it home. With Kahari Coleman, tough to stop when he gets downhill. Drive and kick, it's good. Fleming for 3, and the Titans back up by 2. Presley off a screen. Presley gets back to the mid-range again. McManus Wade back up strong for 2 and a follow-up. Ja'Kai McManus Wade, the junkyard dog on this West Charlotte team, goes 6'5", about 220, and that time taking it to the rack was Jordan Tate. West Charlotte answers. A.C. Presley right back for 2. Back and forth we go. 3:01 left to play in the first half. Hanging on the floater was Manuel. It wouldn't drop. Here comes Coleman. Coleman coast to coast. Loose change picked up by the Titans. Manuel on the push. And Manuel gets bumped in transition by Sullivan. And he'll be charged with a foul. And that will be the third team foul on West Charlotte. Only one more left to give here with 2:43 remaining in the second quarter. Tied up at 25 all. And both teams answering each other shot for shot. Well, they've had to stop the game for a moment. We have got fans that are standing along the baseline blocking the entrance. They're trying to get everyone to file in and find a seat here at Shuford Arena. It seats about 1,700, I was told, by Lenore Ryan's staff earlier this morning. And it is a lively atmosphere here in the 8A West Regional Final. A rebound pulled in by the West Charlotte Lions. Presley draws the blocking foul. They're going to talk about it. It's an offensive foul. Well, the baseline official was waiting to signal offensive foul. And they went and talked it over, and it's going to go back to West Forsyth. They say A.C. Presley pushed off. Caldwell gives it up in the corner. Caldwell looked at the three, he'll skip it. Manuel from deep, off the mark, tip back no. Saved along the baseline and picked up by the Lions. Johnson wants the baseline, he was sealed off by Wilkins. McManus Wade backs his way in and muscles it up for two. West Charlotte back in front with just over 90 seconds to play, second quarter. Manuel drives in, picks up his dribble. A suffocating defense by Major Cross. And West Charlotte clears the boards. Outlet in transition to Womack. He missed it, but it's followed up by Cross. 4-point lead for West Charlotte. That's their largest of the game. And a timeout called by West Forsyth. And we'll keep it right here. West Charlotte faithful all fired up. And with 1:02 left to play in the second quarter, we'll keep it right here in Shuford Arena at Lenore Ryan University from Hickory, North Carolina. Folks, we talked about the winner of this game gets the winner of Laney and Hoggard. We'll take a look at that bracket. You see Hoggard and Laney in the 8A East Region games this week being played at Minges Coliseum at East Carolina. We'll try and keep you updated on those scores throughout the week. The West Forsyth, West Charlotte here in the 8A West Regional Final. We've got the 8A West Girls Regional Final game coming up. The women's side of things at 3 o'clock with Ardrey Kell and Mallard Creek, two Charlotte Metro teams that are meeting in the 8A Women's Regional Final. And Kamari Manuel controls the rock with less than a minute to play in the first half. Manuel's been really good in his second quarter. Kicks it, Tate. He's their top scorer coming in. Tate, wild shot. Manuel trying to follow it back up. Can't do so. Coleman the rebound. Lead feet ahead to Johnson. And he's fouled from behind. Wow. And we're blessed with the replay here as part of the TV crew. It looks pretty clean from behind. Marlon Brim pleading his case to the officials. Sean Johnson at the charity stripe for West Charlotte. So West Charlotte went 21-6 so far this year. They won 8 games in that MEC Power 6 conference that was the toughest in the state based on RPI and strength of schedule, with the likes of North MEC, who's in the 7A regional final Friday night, Butler, Independence, Mallard Creek, and Chambers. It was a gauntlet. Coleman comes away with a steal, can't finish off glass. Now numbers for the Titans. Mills running the floor, he lays it home. 15 seconds to go, second quarter. Chacho Womack, oh, sweet move. Pulls up on the mid-range. Can't get the roll. Tapped around, rebound Lions. Coleman sticks it in with 1 second. Hickory Coleman at the horn in both quarters of the first half. 31-27. The Lions with a 4-point lead. We'll take a break on the NFHS Network. What a first half. In the first half, and only down by 4. And they were 1 of 8 from three-point land. West Charlotte 1 of 4. Both these teams ice cold. A combined 2 of 12 from 3 in the first half. And then you look at the rebounding category with West Forsyth dominating the glass 25-20 in the first half. They had 12 offensive rebounds. That really kept them in the game. It seemed like every time West Charlotte would retake the lead, West Forsyth would answer back. But multiple ties, multiple lead changes. Fleming with 6 points, Xavier Mills with 6 points, Cam Higgins with 6 points. Those were the top 3 scores. Kamari Manuel with 4, Jordan Tate with 2, and Cameron Kearns with 2 points in the first half for West Forsyth as well. We mentioned Hickory Coleman with 9 first half points, 6 from A.C. Presley, 6 from McManus Wade, 4 from Chacho Womack, and 4 from Sean Johnson for West Charlotte in the first half, as well as 2 from Major Cross, which rounds out the scoring. And 13 seconds in, we've got a whistle and a foul on the West Forsyth Titans. It's going to send Chacho Womack to the free throw line here for the Lions to start the third quarter. Interesting to see what types of adjustments these two coaches make coming out of the locker room here. We saw West Charlotte mix and match their defenses multiple times in the first half. And both these teams want to get out and run in transition. Uber athletic are both of these teams that are predominantly guard oriented. They only go about, their front court's only about 6'4", 6'5", both sides today. Driving kick, Fleming thought about the 3. He'll pass up on it. Backing his way inside on the turnaround, tough. Tapped around, McManus Wade pulls in a rebound for West Charlotte. Get the rock in Chacho Womack's hands. Coleman cuts back door, trying to flush it home. He got hung on the rim. Pass intercepted, and Cross lays it in for 2. Just an errant pass and major cross all over it. Defense to offense for West Charlotte, their largest lead at 8. And a whistle and a foul comes in along the baseline on the Lions of West Charlotte. And Jacoby Davis pleading his case with the officials. And now they're going to get Davis back in the coaching box. That's what the stoppage of play is. Davis was out of the coach's box pleading his case on the foul call. And out the free throw line is Kamari Manuel. Well, they've had to warn the West Charlotte bench a couple of times. They have been standing up, and they're trying to keep them off that sideline. That time, Davis was out of the box. They made him get back in the coaching box. And the Titans go 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. 6:42 left to play, third quarter. Coleman on the pull-up J. It's good. Kahari Coleman, smooth as silk. Manuel coast to coast, he'll kick it. Off the mark from 3, and rebound collected in by the Lions. Womack kicks it, Coleman, deep 3. Tate trying the acrobatic move, but it's followed up by Skillman. Big time offensive rebound and stick back for Max Skillman. And the Titans back within 7. And Presley surveys the floor for the Lions. McManus Wade trying to work on Skillman, goes up and draws the foul. And Ja'Kai McManus Wade will be at the free throw line shooting 2 for West Charlotte here with 5:41 left to play in the third quarter. And freshman's long off the back iron for Ja'Kai McManus Wade. Oh, these are big here. We talked about the free throw line for both of these teams. West Charlotte is now just 1 of 6 from the free throw line for the game. Boy, Coleman trying to wipe that one off the glass. Shot was altered. And West Charlotte the rebound. 8-point lead. That's the Lions' largest of the game. Boy, West Forsyth's got to be careful here. They're starting to creep into that danger zone. West Charlotte so explosive. Give and go. Back to Womack. He lays it home. Lead is up to 10 now for the West Charlotte Lions. Well, West Charlotte, a team that is so explosive. Spurtability, as they call it. And West Forsyth wants a timeout. With 5:03 to go, the Lions with their largest lead of the game. We'll keep it right here in Schufert Arena. Folks, we'll revisit the bracket once again. Hoggard and Laney in the 8A East. That is set to be played later tonight at 8 o'clock at Minges Coliseum at East Carolina. A couple of schools from Wilmington, North Carolina doing battle in the 8A East regional final on the men's side later tonight. This is one of 4 games here today. Coming up at scheduled 3 o'clock is the 8A West Women's Regional Final with Mallard Creek and Ardrey Kell, a couple of Charlotte Metro teams on the women's side trying to punch their ticket to next week's state championship. Tate had it poked out of his hands. Right back to Fleming. West Forsyth will reset. Corner 3, it's good. Much needed by the Titans. It's Cam Higgins from downtown. McManus Wade trying to catch the entry feed. It was off his leg and back to West Forsyth. A nice spin. Higgins goes up, nearly got it to drop. And a couple of free throws coming for Cam Higgins. 6'4" junior. Who came in as one of the top scorers on this 26-0 West Forsyth team. Now West Forsyth, we talked about West Charlotte's strength of schedule. West Forsyth played a really good strength of schedule this year as well. Higgins a big part of their success in multiple stat categories, but this is a West Forsyth team that took down the likes of Laney already, who was in the 8A East regional final. In fact, they won that game handedly, 82-55 earlier in the season. And both free throws up and good. That's a mini 5-0 run for Marlon Brim's crew coming out of the timeout. Womack, quick crossover, kicks it. Presley wants the baseline. Presley hangs, he's fouled. A.C. Presley has been cool, calm, and collected this year for West Charlotte as he steps up and knocks down the first free throw. Presley's a kid that is only a junior. He's got another year for Jacoby Davis and his crew. You're going to see him at the college level as well. Big size guard, 6'4", he's long. And gets the roll on the second free throw as well. 6-point lead for the West Charlotte Lions. Tate in the paint, can't finish, but he was fouled. He got hacked on the arm, and that should be the third team foul it is on West Charlotte here in the third quarter with 3:46 left to play. Jordan Tate, who was one of the few seniors, and that free throw blown off. And Tate gets another chance at the first one. He spins this one out. Wow, both teams really have struggled at the free throw line in this game. And second one is up and good for Tate. 42-37. Womack, corner three, blocked, and a foul comes in. A late whistle as Womack had it deflected. And then the whistle comes in. Chacho Womack with 3 free throws coming up for West Charlotte. And first one's up and good. Womack on the second is true. Well, Chacho Womack's a kid that really burst on the scene last year as a 9th grader for Jacoby Davis's crew. He was a starter last year as a freshman at West Charlotte. I think of some of the greats that have come through West Charlotte over the last couple of decades. This is a storied program that is just 4 years removed from a 3A state championship in men's basketball back in the 21-22 season. When pass got deflected, West Forsyth keeps the possession alive. Tate on the step back 3, misses short, and the Lions corral the loose board. And then a foul in the backcourt. It's called on Xavier Mills. And West Forsyth is over the limit. Should be their 5th team foul. And it is. They were having to double check that at the table. They're going to walk to the other end. And West Charlotte is going to shoot free throws with 3:02 left to play in the third. Major cross at the charity stripe for West Charlotte. Knocks down the first. The second one spins out. 9-point lead for the Lions. Manuel skips it across the timeline for West Forsyth as they get it into the front court. Well, West Charlotte showing a little token pressure this time. Manuel, tough move on the Euro. He couldn't finish, left it short. Rebound West Charlotte. They've led by as many as 10. Coleman had it blocked along the baseline. This will trickle out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lions of West Charlotte along the baseline. And we've got a timeout here with 2:29 left to play on the NFHS network. Folks, today's game is also available for all subscribers with the NFHS mobile app for Apple and Android devices. Be sure to download it from the App Store or Google Play Store today to start watching live and on-demand games wherever you are. Kendall Lewis here with you in the 8A West men's regional final. West Charlotte's got a 9-point lead. They've led by as many as 10. That was at the 40-30. They had a 40-30 lead earlier in this third quarter. And they've got the basketball on a baseline out of bounds with 2:29 left to play in the third quarter. Womack on the turnaround. Couldn't hit. Long rebound tracked down by the Titans. Manuel, he'll drive and gets to the rack for two. Big time bucket for Kamari Manuel of West Forsyth. It pulls them back within 7. Chacho Womack trying to drive. Had it poked free. Regains possession. Coleman. Oh, nice wraparound feed to Johnson for 2. Boy, Sean Johnson has been the recipient on some sweet no-look passes from Kahari Coleman in this game today for West Charlotte. Caldwell gets into the paint. Floater's good. Boy, Josh Caldwell off the shot fake in the paint. Picks up 2 more for the Titans. Good pass. Up fake for Johnson. He missed the bunny on the doorstep. Titans in transition. Layup plus the foul. A chance at 3 for Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan, the junior, off the bench. The spark plug for the Titans here late in the third quarter. And he completes the 3-point play. We got a 4-point game here in Shuford Arena on the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University. Kendall Lewis here with you on the NFHS Network. Coleman into the front court. Coleman, pulls it up and knocks it down. Kahari Coleman off the dribble that time. Other end, it's Manuel who answers right back, and a foul. West Forsyth, a team that's 26-0 on the season, has been in these spots before. This is a experienced group. We mentioned they were eliminated last year in the 4A West Regional semifinals. Dangerous pass, tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with West Charlotte along the sideline. Boy, it was nearly taken away by Josh Caldwell. Chacho Womack to trigger it in. Gets it into the hands of Kahari Coleman. Coleman driving baseline, draws the contact. And Kahari Coleman, a 4-star who's already receiving Power 4 conference interest at just a 10th grader, incredible athlete. He has had some electric dunks this year that have gone viral on social media. Tickles the twine on the first. We mentioned West Charlotte without Jaden Singh, the other 4-star who went down with injury a few weeks ago and has not returned. Manuel missed the lay-in. Marlon Brim thought he got fouled. Now numbers for the Lions. Womack on the other end, can't finish. Manuel pushing the pace. Jordan, the recipient, gets fouled. Well, Cam Jordan had the and one just a moment ago for West Forsyth. And they're going to stop play here. 29.7 seconds left to play. So Cam Jordan will go to the line. They're going to score the basket and say basket interference. That's what the stoppage of play was about. And Cam Jordan's got a chance to complete another three-point play for West Forsyth, and he pulls them within one. 51-50. Crowd starting to get on the edge of their seat here in Schufert Arena, late third quarter. West Forsyth trailed by 10 about 4 minutes ago. And a timeout called by West Charlotte. With 14 seconds remaining, we'll keep it right here in Schufert. Kendall Lewis here with you on the NFHS Network. We talked about a ticket to the 8A state championship to be punched next week at Lawrence Joe Coliseum. The all-state championship games to be played at Lawrence Joe Coliseum next week. First year of 8 classifications in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. There's a look at that bracket again, and Hoggard and Laney's game will tip off tonight at 8 o'clock at Minges Coliseum at East Carolina. Be sure you're staying with us on the NFHS Network all week long. 51-50. Kahari Coleman has scored at the buzzer in the first and second quarter. They go right back to him to try and hit another dagger to end the third quarter. Major Cross with a basketball now off the inbound. They get it to Coleman with 6. Coleman bullets a pass, he turns it over. 2 seconds. Lead feed. Shot won't count, he didn't get it off in time. Did Caldwell. And the third quarter. High school sports fans, never miss another game. Subscribe to the NFHS Network and watch live and on-demand event coverage, game replays, and highlights from high school sports nationwide. Millions of athletes, thousands of games, one destination, NFHSnetwork.com, your home for high school sports. I'm Kendall Lewis here with you on the NFHS Network with 8 minutes to send someone to the 8A state championship game. Get your popcorn ready. Back and forth all afternoon long between the Titans and the Lions. West Forsyth not only trying to punch their ticket, but trying to stay undefeated. They are 26-0 on the season. Kamari Manuel gives the Titans the lead 15 seconds into the fourth. Coast to coast on the other end, A.C. Presley draws the foul. Take a look at the replay. A.C. Presley draws contact in transition, and he'll shoot a pair for West Forsyth. We mentioned this is the first year of 8 classifications in the North Carolina High School Athletic Association. 32 regional final games across the state between Schufert Arena here and Minges Coliseum at East Carolina this week. And A.C. Presley hits on the second to give the Lions back a 1-point lead. Tapped around, a steal into the hands of Coleman. Numbers for the Lions. Kick out, Womack, three, short. Rebound, Manuel. Kamari Manuel looking to push. Finds Caldwell, gets the roll. Josh Caldwell, tough shot over the front edge. Presley surveys with 6:58 left to go. Gets it into the hands of Cross. They are really trying to deny Coleman the basketball now. Coleman faces up, finds McManus Wade. He'll muscle it up. McManus Wade missed it from close range, out of bounds, off of West Charlotte. And back to the Titans of West Forsyth. Tate trying to work on Chacho Womack. Kamari Manuel's been a smooth operator for West Forsyth here this afternoon. Manuel calls for a screen. Manuel, he'll kick it. Caldwell, the dump off, right back to Manuel for two. West Forsyth with a three-point lead. Boy, West Charlotte really needs a bucket right here. Titans with all the momentum. Cross into the paint. Major Cross, scoop shot, nearly got it to fall. He's got a couple of free throws coming. Boy, what a tough angle. With help side coming over. Nearly got this soft roll, but he'll shoot a pair for West Charlotte, who has really struggled at the free throw line here in this ball game. The first one's up and good. Second one up and true as well. 56-55. Three-quarter press for West Charlotte here with 5.5 to play. Tate swings it over to Caldwell. Jordan Tate lost the rock, and last touch by the Lions. It'll stay a baseline out of bounds for West Forsyth. Well, Kamari Manuel will trigger it in for the Titans. Good shot fake from Jordan Tate. Double clutching, can't finish. Oh, tapped back in. Matt Skillman came flying out of nowhere. Lead back up to 3 for the Titans. Boy, dangerous pass. Caldwell active in the passing lanes. Deflects it out of bounds. A.C. Presley drops it off. McManus Wade rejected by Skillman. Little shovel pass, no. Loose on the floor. And a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to keep it on this end with West Charlotte. And Chacho Womack will send it in for West Charlotte. Oh, it's been several minutes since West Charlotte's had a bucket from the field. They had those two made free throws for the tie. Short by Major Cross. Kamari Manuel accelerates. Had his pocket picked. Stolen away. Womack comes up with it. Coleman with numbers. Coleman to the bucket, lays it home. 4:24 left to play in the ball game. Tate nearly had it stolen. Tate trying to drop it off, ripped away from behind by A.C. Presley. West Charlotte can retake the lead. Womack wants the baseline, sealed off by Manuel. Good pass, and he finds Major Cross, who goes up and gets fouled. A Major Cross, another one of those sophomores in this game that has answered the call all season long. We have got some really talented sophomore and juniors on these two ball clubs. Don't be surprised, folks, if you don't see them at this stage again a year from now. And Cross gets the shooter's roll. Ties it up at 58. Second one's up and true. 1 point lead for West Charlotte. Manuel through contact. Hoisted up, out of bounds. It's going to stay on this end, they say. Well, West Charlotte fans didn't like it at all. And Marlon Brim's going to burn a timeout here with 3:27 left to play in the ball game. Now, he didn't like what he saw right there. And the Titans trailing by one. Going to talk about things here with 3:27 left to play. Folks, stay tuned with us on the NFHS Network. We've got the 8A West Women's Regional Final coming up at 3 o'clock tip time with Ardrey Kell and Mallard Creek in the 8A West Women's Regional Final. A couple of Charlotte Metro teams, they're going to duke it out for a chance in the state championship. West Forsyth, as we mentioned, 26-0 on the season. This is a storied program as well that, as we talked about, Marlon Brim, the head coach, the opportunity to coach his son, Hickory Brim, who was playing his college basketball at Appalachian State, set the all-time scoring record at West Forsyth a year ago. In fact, broke Chris Paul's scoring record. And just an incredible job by Coach Brim this year to get West Forsyth to this stage and trying to continue on at 26-0. Tate wants the baseline out of the timeout, and he gets the whistle and the foul. You get a second look at the replay with Jordan Tate at 6'3", 175, uses his body really well. And he'll shoot a couple of free throws for West Forsyth. Sticks the first. We're tied at 59. West Forsyth's been a really tough team. You talk to coaches across the state that have played the Titans this year to scout. They've got a bunch of those 9, 10, 11, 12-point scores a night. It's been a balanced scoring attack for the Titans all season long, and no difference here today. As Tate gives them back a 1-point lead, 60-59. Coleman sizing up Kamari Manuel. Coleman looking to drive. Coleman through contact. Tough shot. Can't get it to go. And a jump ball. The possession arrow is going to favor West Forsyth. And the Titans trying to hang on to this 1-point lead. They're going to take a little perspiration timeout. Now the players trying to help out. We've got some spots on this floor that have needed tending to here. Hard-fought game by both teams. And just the first of 4 today. We've got the 8A and the 6A here in Hickory, North Carolina today. Kamari Manuel with the basketball in his hands for West Forsyth. West Charlotte switches on the ball screen. Manuel trying to skip it, and an errant pass and a turnover. A.C. Presley brings it across the timeline for West Charlotte. Womack. Excellent slasher on the wing for West Charlotte. Presley gets into the paint. Presley had the shot altered, tapped around, and back into the hands of Kamari Manuel. Tate looking to push for West Forsyth. Manuel had it poked free out of his hands. Womack had it stolen out of his hands and out of bounds. And we're going to take a timeout with 1:57 left to play here in the game at Shuford Arena. What a ball game today, and this is what you would expect with two heavyweights. We mentioned they were the top 2 seeds. West Charlotte had a massive win over a really good South Meck team on Saturday, 58-53. Hard-fought win against the South Meck team. It was one of the greater stories throughout the 8A playoff run this year as an 11 seed, making it all the way to the Sweet 16. And then West Forsyth cruised to a victory, 95-59 over Ardrey Kell. And we mentioned that East division is fun to watch as well. Hoggard taking out Green Level. It was another great story as a 12 seed making a Sweet 16 run. And how about the 6 seed Laney taking down Apex Friendship on Saturday. They have punched their tickets to these regional final games, and West Forsyth with a 1-point lead here with 1:57 to play in the ball game. West Charlotte with a basketball. AC Presley looking to drive, picks up his dribble, finds Coleman, backdoor for the flush. West Charlotte back in front. Manuel trying to drive, nowhere to go. It's free, poked into the backcourt, and Coleman picks up a foul. His momentum just carried him right into Jordan Tate. And just the second team foul on West Charlotte with 1:20 left to go in the ball game. A spot in the 8A state championship on the line. Manuel sizing up Womack, gives it up to Tate. Tate absorbing contact, no. Skillman trying to tap it back off glass. And the Lions secure the rebound. Final minute of the ball game. Here comes the double team on Coleman. He skips it out to Major Cross. Boy, West Charlotte trying to leak a little clock here as Womack tries to drive. Offensive foul! Chacho Womack called for the charge. And West Forsyth with a basketball and 45.3 seconds remaining. Another perspiration timeout. Kamari Coleman with the rock in his hands. Coleman into the front court. Manuel into the front court. And it poked out of his hands. Now it's loose. Jump ball. Possession arrow gives it back to West Charlotte with 33 seconds remaining. West Forsyth going to come with full court pressure. Trying to create a turnover here. Get into the hands of the 4-star Kahari Coleman. Coleman into the front court with 27 seconds. And Manuel gets called for the foul. At 26 seconds, and now that should be the 4th team foul on West Forsyth. West Charlotte's going to burn a quick timeout with 26 seconds. We'll keep it right here in Schuford Arena here on the NFHS Network. 8A West Men's Regional Final. Talk about the amount of ties and lead changes that we have had in this ball game. It was just like this in the first half. Now this game has had a little bit of everything. Like big-time shots. Of course, two really good defensive teams. We talked about that all season long. They really get in your grill and guard you, both of these teams. So it was the fourth team foul on West Forsyth. 26 seconds left. West Charlotte's got a 1-point lead. They got to get it in bounds. Major Cross is going to inbound for Jacoby Davis and his West Charlotte Lions, seeking what would be their second state championship. In 4 years. Well, they won it at the 3A level back in 22. To get it into Chacho Womack, and he's hacked on the arm. 2.5 seconds went off the clock, so 23.5 exactly. And folks, we are keeping the score clock manually on our score bug at the bottom of your screen. So it is 23.5 on the game clock here in Shuford Arena. Chacho Womack at the free throw line for West Charlotte, and it's getting ready to get loud. Gets the roll on the first. Makes of both. Clutch free throws by Chacho Womack. West Charlotte by 3. Kamari Manuel with the basketball for the Titans. Deflected along the baseline. It's going to stay with West Forsyth. Active hands by Ja'Kai McManus Wade. Exactly 13 seconds left on the game clock here at Shuford Arena. And Marlon Brim's going to call a timeout. "13 seconds on a baseline out of bounds. And we'll see what Coach Brim draws up here with his Titans trailing by 3. And we mentioned this is a team that has dominated this season, 26-0, and they've only trailed a handful of times the entire season. Well, they've been electric over the course of the season. Xavier Mills came into this game, their top three-point shooter, at 41%. We'll see the lineup that Coach Brim comes back with 13 seconds left to play. Both teams do have one timeout left apiece. Worth noting here. And West Forsyth does have one more left if they need it within these last 13 seconds. Kamari Manuel will trigger it in for the Titans. Manuel sends it in and reversing it home. Boy, good finish right at the rim there by Max Skillman. And now West Forsyth's forced to foul, trailing by 1 with 6.5 seconds. So they elect to get the quick 2 and will send West Charlotte back to the free throw line. And it's Chacho Womack again, who is at the line. Just knocked down a pair of big ones just a moment ago. Smooth again as he hits that one. I think the question becomes, if he makes this second one and the Lions go up 3 with 6.5 seconds, if you're Jacoby Davis, do you try and foul Wes Forsyth and put him at the free throw line with a 3-point lead? Misses his second 2-point game. Tate across midcourt. Tate gets fouled. And the foul should be on the floor. And foul should be on the floor. It's going to be a baseline out of bounds. Wes Forsyth is trying to line up at the free throw line. Foul was on the floor, and there's now 1.1 second left to play. They lob it at the rim. Manuel gets the roll! Are you kidding me? At the buzzer! We're heading to overtime at Schufert Arena. Mass pandemonium in Hickory. Wow. How about this for the first game of the day at Schufert Arena? Put 4 minutes on the game clock, folks. We're going to overtime. We'll keep it right here on NFHS Network. What a ball game. Kamari Manuel off the baseline out of bounds. The lob all in one motion. Take a second look. And the kind roll. I tell you what, it took a moment to get the fans off the floor here at Schufert Arena. This is what high school basketball is all about, folks. A spot in the 8A state championship on the line at Lawrence Joe Coliseum next week. Well, Wes Forsyth would be playing right in their backyard. Wes Forsyth over in Clemmons, North Carolina. And we mentioned this is a team that is 26-0. Battle-tested all year, both of these teams. And West Charlotte going to win the tip. They'll control the rock first here in overtime. A.C. Presley. It's been really even kill for West Charlotte here today. I think he's played a really nice game for the Lions. When bodies hit the deck, Kahari Coleman got run over by his own teammate. Coleman pulls up, can't get the roll. McManus Wade fighting for the rebound with Skillman, and a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to give it to the West Forsyth Titans. Tate drives in through contact, just missed the bunny. grabs his on miss, trying to go back up strong. No whistle, loose on the floor. McManus Wade has it for West Charlotte. Oh, lead feet ahead. Hickory Coleman, it's showtime. What a sequence for the Lions. 66-64. Manuel stutter steps to the rack, plus the foul. And you're seeing why Kamari Manuel, the junior, is attracting all types of college interest. And a chance to put the Titans back in front here with 2.5 to play. Spins out, Hickory Coleman the rebound. Coleman gets into the paint, he kicks it to A.C. Presley. Coleman, he'll launch from 3, he connects. Hickory Coleman, the sophomore, from 3. West Charlotte back in front. Tate through contact and a whistle and a foul comes in. Blocking foul called on the Lions. And Jordan Tate is going to head to the free throw line for West Forsyth. First one's up and true. Missed on the second one. Big rebound by Hickory Coleman. Less than 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. West Charlotte a 2-point lead. Folks, if you're just tuning in, we are in overtime. A tap in to end the game in regulation by Kamari Manuel sent us to overtime. We got a foul off ball. Well, you can see it right there at the bottom of your screen. And Chacho Womack trying to cut back door. He was fouled, and he'll shoot a couple of free throws for West Charlotte. He hit 4 big ones down the stretch in the final minute of regulation for West Charlotte. He tacks on 2 more. Chacho Womack, perfect from the charity stripe for the ball game for West Charlotte. Kamari Manuel, who was the hero to keep the Titans alive and send it to OT after the tap in regulation. Floater along the baseline. Missed long that time from Caldwell, and West Charlotte with a rebound. 1:06 left to play in OT. Womack spins, can't get the roll, tapped into the hands of McManus Wade, and Jacoby Davis will burn a timeout here with 53.9 seconds left. And we will keep it right here in Schuford Arena. Well, the Ardrey-Kell Mallard Creek 8A West Regional Women's Final has been pushed back now. That will begin a little bit later than 3 o'clock. And then later tonight, we've got the 6A women and the 6A men. We've got Northern Guilford Alexander Central will be on NFHS Network, as well as Kings Mountain and Charlotte Catholic in the 6A men's, which is the nightcap here at Schuford Arena. And of course, the other half of the state at Minges Coliseum at East Carolina. All games streaming live on the NFHS Network all week long. Kendall Lewis here with you. What a ball game. West Charlotte trying to hang on. And make what would be their second state championship appearance in 4 years. They won a 3A state title back in 2022. Chacho Womack gives it up to Coleman. Coleman slices down the lane. Exclamation point on the flush. Manuel kicks it. Step back three on the way. It's good! What a shot by Cam Higgins. With 24.4 seconds left, Higgins keeping West Forsyth alive. Boy, that's an eternity on the game clock for these two teams. Folks, if you're just joining us on our score bug, we are keeping the time manually. They have now added time, 25.2 seconds exactly on the game clock here at Schuford Arena. Is what is on the game clock officially here at Schuford Arena. Folks, the winner of this game gets the winner of Hoggard and Laney. Again, that game is played later tonight at 8 o'clock at Minges Coliseum at East Carolina. And it's interesting because West Forsyth beat Laney earlier in the season by 30 points. In fact, they played in the regular season. Laney's making a great run in the 8A East. Well, they played back in early December, so a long time ago, but interesting enough, those two could actually meet again in the state championship. As this one's poked out of bounds, it'll stay with West Charlotte. About 7/10 went off the game clock there. Presley into the front court. They want it into Chacho Womack's hands. He's perfect from the free throw line today, and he's fouled with 14 seconds. He has made 6 clutch free throws between the final minute of the fourth quarter and knocked down a pair just a moment ago here in overtime. And misses on the first one. There's still life for West Forsyth. This to make it a 2-possession game, and he swirls it in. 74-70, 12 seconds. Jordan Tate to the rack. Tate, tough shot, no. McManus Wade the rebound. A foul with 4.6. And West Charlotte can almost taste it. A.C. Presley at the line, breaks the first one. Second one rolls off. A heave at the buzzer. That's going to do it. West Charlotte has punched their ticket to the 8A state title. What a ball game. It took extra basketball, and West Charlotte wins it in overtime. 74-70. Hats off to both of these teams, and what an incredible season for West Forsyth. They finish 26-1. Their only loss of the season comes here in the 8A West Regional Final in overtime in an absolute thriller, with Kamari Manuel tipping it in at the end of regulation to send it to OT. And that's going to do it here at Schuford Arena. West Charlotte, the first to punch their ticket, and they await the winner of Hoggard and Laney, who will play later tonight at 8 o'clock at Minges Coliseum in Greenville. Final score, 74-70 for Kendall Lewis and the rest of our NFHS Network production crew. We say so long for now. 8A West Women's Regional Final coming up on NFHS Network here shortly.